Hi guys, welcome back to Bang Bang Solos. Today I'm going to share a recipe with you guys on how to make vegan fried chicken double eggs with an agave lemon pepper drizzle. So let's get into the recipe today. So first we're going to start out with making our egg whites, which we're going to use a egg mold or a deviled egg dish that I got from the Dollar Tree, lightly oiled, and then we're going to use a cup of cashew milk and black salt, which is also known as Kala Namak, and that's going to give us our eggy taste. Then agar, we're going to use a teaspoon of that. That's going to set our egg whites up, and some just regular salt. So what we want to do is bring the cashew milk and the teaspoon of agar to a boil on the stove. Once it comes up to a boil, it's only going to take about three three to 8 seconds, just depend on how fast it thickens up. After the cashew milk and agar has come up to our desired thickness, we're going to then add in the black salt, which gives these vegan egg whites the egg flavor. So we're going to mix that in really good. We're going to fill our molds with a tablespoon of the egg white mixture. And then at the end of this, I added some additional black salt to each individual mold in order to give us that egg flavor. The thing about black salt is the flavor dissipates over time, so we have to make sure we infuse that in there. So once that has been, all the cups have been filled, we're going to put it in the fridge to set, and then we're going to start making our egg yolk, our vegan egg yolk mixture. For our vegan egg yolk filling, we are going to start off with our seasonings. And here we have black salt, onion powder, turmeric, smoked paprika, black pepper, a garlic clove, and white salt. And then we are going to add in some Dijon mustard, some vegan mayo, pickle relish, sweet pickle relish, apple cider vinegar, a little bit of vegetable oil, and a fourth of a pound of silken tofu. If you don't want to use tofu, you can go with all chickpeas. And we're going to put all of that into a blender and blend to our desired consistency. Here I added half a cup of just some canned chickpeas to thicken up our mixture some. So we're going to let that go and make sure we go and taste it and see if we need to add any additional seasonings. Here I added a little bit of blue agave just to sweeten up the mixture a little bit. So once it's done, I added a little bit more of the black salt, and we're going to mix that in, and we're going to put it in the fridge to set up while we make our vegan chicken. So here we have our oyster mushrooms and the seasons that we're going to use to season up our vegan chicken. We're just going to cut these up into like some bite-sized pieces. Some pieces are already bite-sized, and if not, just cut it with your kitchen shears or however you would like to the desired shape that you want. So now we're going to take our oyster mushrooms and go ahead and rinse them off and get them a little pat dry with a paper towel, and then we're going to go ahead and add our seasoning. So here we have some onion powder. We're just going to season those oyster mushrooms generously. And then the next thing we're going to go in with is our garlic powder. And then also we're going to add in some seasoning salt. I use nature's seasoning, that's my preferred, but you can use any seasoning salt that you prefer, that you would like. And then we have some vegan chicken powder, and we're going to add that as well. So once we get those in, all the seasonings in, we're going to let those marinate for a little bit while we go ahead and make our dredge and our batter for our chicken mix. So here in this bowl we have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and we are going to season our flour with the same things we season our chicken. We're just going to add a little bit of smoked paprika to the mix. So smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, our nature seasoning, and our chicken, our vegan chicken powder. For our wet batter, we're going to take a 1/3 cup of cashew milk, and we're going to mix in some of our seasoned flour mixture until we get the desired consistency that we want. I went ahead and mixed the flour into, I got like a pancake batter, but you'll see later on that I'm going to thin it out because I just thought that it was just a little bit too thick for what I was going for. So now we're going to go ahead and dredge our vegan chicken, our oyster mushrooms. I went into the dry mixture first. I went ahead and put all the pieces in the dry flour, seasoned flour first, and then we're going to go in and put them into the wet batter. You'll see here that I had to thin out the batter just a little bit because it was a little too thick for my liking, but once that was completed, we went ahead and finished battering up our pieces. And while this was going, I had already put a medium saucepan on the stove and was heating up some vegetable oil to like 350, so we can go ahead on and start frying our vegan chicken. So now I've placed all of our vegan chicken, our oyster mushrooms in the oil, and it only takes about 4 to 5 minutes to get these to a golden brown color, and they will be cooked all the way through. And once they are done, you just want to drain them on a baking sheet lined with paper towels. And now we're going to make our agave lemon pepper drizzle. To a small saucepan, we're going to add a third cup of agave. And then we're going to add some lemon pepper seasoning, some onion and garlic powder. And we're going to let that go for about a minute just to thicken up. And we're going to drizzle that on top of our vegan deviled eggs. To our mixture, we're going to go ahead and squeeze in a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. And here is our vegan egg whites after they have set up in the fridge. And the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and create a well to put our egg yolk filling. I went back and forth between just a regular teaspoon and an actual measuring teaspoon to create these pockets. You can try both methods and see whichever one works best for you. Now that we've scooped out all of our vegan egg whites, we're going to go ahead and fill it with the egg yolk filling. And the easiest way for me is to go ahead and put it in a plastic baggie, and you're just going to cut a corner off, and you're going to pipe them into your egg whites. Once all of our egg whites are filled with our egg yolk filling, we're going to top it with our fried oyster mushroom, our vegan chicken. Then we're going to go ahead and drizzle over some of that agave lemon pepper, and we're going to top it and garnish it with some chives and a little smoked paprika. And there you have it, our vegan fried chicken deviled eggs with agave lemon drizzle. Alright, if you have any questions, please make sure you leave them down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Happy holidays!